You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Hey, it's Janelle Waz, and welcome back to another episode of Treknalysis. 7 of 9 needs help finding a date? Yes. But the doctor giving her advice?
Talk about the blind leading the blind.
Hey, don't you bring Jordy into this. The doc at least managed to get dates. With holograms. Huh, that didn't go the way I thought it would.
Well, at least I don't have to fight my women on the holodeck.
Shut up, Wesley.
Ever since she was unassimilated from the Borg Collective and joined the Voyager crew on their journey home, 7 was on a journey of her own to rediscover her humanity, exploring the different aspects of being human. And in the Star Trek Voyager Season 5 episode, Someone to Watch Over Me, it's the wonders and blunders of dating. But even with 7's clear advantages, securing a date proves difficult.
Stephen Price.
Now, I like these nice low-key episodes sprinkled throughout Star Trek. The stakes aren't that high, well, at least on a galactic scale. And they're nice character-building episodes that show the characters acting human, whether it's taking a break on the holodeck, working on a personal project, or even being overrun with tribbles. But occasionally, one of our beloved characters doesn't want to be lonely no more. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. Love, exciting and new. Beam aboard, we're expecting you on the Starship Love Boat as 7 searches for love and encounters misunderstandings and mishaps in Someone to Watch Over Me.
Because the time has come for 7 of 9's first date. But wait until you find out which crew member will be her first lover.
You are not one of the candidates, Ensign.
Oh.
But before I go further, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I talk a lot about Star Trek, video games, and whatever else I feel like talking about. And if you'd like to help support the channel, consider becoming a member. Be great to have you aboard. We open on Voyager couple Tom and B'Elanna enjoying a meal together, with 7 watching from afar.
She's watching us again. She's working. Some cheese on the bed. Get the cheese to sit.
It turns out 7 has been researching human mating behaviors and has been observing the romance of Tom and B'Elanna. Fights, makeups.
How the hell do you know when we're having intimate relations?
There is no one on Deck 9, Section 12 who doesn't know when you're having intimate relations.
Okay, that's on you guys. I mean, Harry Kim can't even practice the clarinet without his neighbors getting upset.
Sorry.
This is a starship, not a nature preserve.
Well, because B'Elanna squealed, Janeway tells 7 to cut that shit out, and maybe she should try dating for herself instead of observing the local wildlife. Neelix has also been put in charge of a diplomatic mission. We're in danger, aren't we? He's supposed to take care of the Kadi ambassador, Toman, while Janeway's visiting their colony to negotiate a trade deal. And because they're ultra prudes who can't eat flavorful food, he's putting together some diplomacy cheese. Because Neelix making cheese hasn't resulted in disaster before. Yeah, remember the time he made cheese and the entire ship got the flu?
Subsequently infecting the bioneural circuitry.
Yes, that happened.
Get the cheese to sickbay.
He'll help us determine whether you're...
Mr. Pitt?
Look, there's a spaceship. That is so cool.
Where is it?
But when the Janeway's away, the Toman will ask to sample Hasperat.
Very spicy.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Meanwhile, word of 7's latest research project has reached sickbay. The doc probes 7 that maybe there was another reason outside of scientific curiosity why she took an interest in human mating behavior.
You mean procreation?
One step at a time.
7, throw out your notes about Tom and B'Elanna right now! The doc encourages 7 to explore the romantic side of her humanity, and hey, he'll even put together lesson plans and teach her. To be fair, the doc has had some luck with the ladies.
Most women start dating a little younger than you, but better late than never.
Oh yeah, let's start by making 7 self-conscious. That's right, 7, you aren't just dating, you're carbon dating! That was terrible. And the doc's intro to dating is very general.
The Milky Way.
Doc, she just needs to find one guy, not an entire galaxy. Heck, he even jumps to the biological aspect when 7 doesn't even know how to talk to a guy yet. Now, as this is a family channel, and there are certain things that should stay in high school biology and are repressed memories of that class. But I also want to show the doc here because it's funny, so little editing magic here, and the doc takes Seven to Sandrine's, Tom Paris's French hollow bar, to practice picking up a date.
Come here often?
This is my first time.
Yeah, Seven's already done with dating, so the doc just has her approach one of the random holograms.
You may call me Seven.
Seven, that's an unusual name.
I defy you to come up with a better name than Seven.
Meanwhile, Tom wanders in and observes Seven picking up a poor, terrified holographic man. Hey, what goes around comes around, am I right?
Curious jewelry.
It's a Borg implant.
Oh, so then it's a family heirloom.
Tom points out that Seven has an advantage on the holodeck. The only reason things are going relatively well with the hologram is because he was programmed to respond to Seven. While most of the men would jump at a chance at a date with Seven, because, I mean, look at her. Actually getting a date and having it go well is another story altogether. So Tom and the doc strike up a bet. If Seven can get a date, in the real world mind you, and it goes well, Tom will work double shifts in sickbay for a month. If she can't, he gets the month off. But they're using Neelix's reception for Toman to test this theory? Toman, the Kadi ambassador who's supposed to be easily offended at everything? Yeah, maybe a volatile diplomatic function isn't the best time to play My Fair Lady.
It's a bet.
Speaking of Toman, let's see how he's doing. Well, I see he's on his way to gaining an additional 10 pounds. But now it's time for Seven's next lesson. Hobbies. Actually, the lesson's called Getting to Know You, but the doc uses hobbies as a way to form connections with people, which is pretty solid advice. Working towards a common goal or developing skills together is a way to form a bond with someone. And, at the very least, you're spending time together. It's a big reason why people meet their future spouses in school or even at extracurricular activities. The doc suggests music, which piques Seven's interest, but while she has the technical skills she inherited from the Borg Collective, the doc helps her express emotion and nuance through music. And they sing a little duet, You Are My Sunshine.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Make me happy when skies are gray.
Uh-oh, someone's in love! Now, the romantic pairings on Voyager is a hotly debated issue in the fandom. Tom and B'Elanna, okay, everyone got behind them alright, but Seven ultimately ending up with Chakotay seemingly out of nowhere at the end of the show was always a point of contention. Now, my big issue with the pairing is that they really didn't spend a whole lot of time together to develop into a natural relationship. Sure, they worked on some projects together and even got along alright while on duty, but good interactions at work don't necessarily translate to a good, read believable, relationship. I mean, look at Troy and Worf. If I saw them hanging out more while they were off duty, okay, but as it was, they were just a couple of co-workers who happened to get along okay. What would have made more sense is Seven and the doc because they simply spent more time together, both on and off duty, especially in this episode. I still don't completely get behind them as a couple because he's still a hologram and there's only so far that relationship can go, but they developed a natural chemistry as friends that could lead to a romantic relationship. Therefore, I would buy Seven and the doc as a romantic couple more than Seven and Chakotay. But we all know she should have ended up with that nice boy from Unimatrix Zero.
Come on, let's find Axum.
Anyways, Harry later wanders into Astrometrics with Seven using company property to pick a date from a list of eligible bachelors. She's narrowed it down to 2 candidates based on shared interests, which now includes music.
I play the clarinet, you know.
You are not one of the candidates, Ensign.
Ooh, I haven't seen a friend zoning that hard since Kira practically shoved Odo into the friend zone.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Actually, Seven and Harry Kim? It might work. But no, instead, he's been banished to the friend zone to help Seven pick a date. Finalist number 1 is Ensign Bronowski. Alright, not bad looking. And he plays the accordion? You mean Seven could be dating the next Weird Al Yankovic?
He's got no sense of humor.
Alright, he's out. Though to be honest, does Seven need a guy with a sense of humor? I mean, she doesn't have one herself, so she'd probably say things literally, and he would take it literally. I mean, if the guy's a jerk, okay, pass. But Harry didn't say that, and I feel like a lack of sense of humor shouldn't be a disqualifier for Seven. Unless that means he wouldn't be patient with her, but alright, pass. Finalist number 2 is Lieutenant Chapman. Alright, not quite as good looking as Weird Al Brnakovich, but he's not bad looking and sounds like a decent enough chap. I like him already. He's got that awkward nerdy thing going for him. Women find that endearing.
Chapman? He's renowned for being nervous around women.
Oh, this is gonna go well. Meanwhile, Chappie, things don't go well? Call me. The date's about 10 minutes away, and Seven didn't even bother changing for her date. But considering what she wears on the regular, I don't think any guy's gonna complain. Don't tell me men on board haven't noticed how she sashays through the halls of Voyager.
I am uncertain how to wear such a garment. Assist me.
Whoa there, Seven! And it's back at Sandrine's for Seven's first date with the Doc looking on. Holo-Doc can't recreate a TGI Fridays? Olive Garden? Cheesecake Factory?
I wasn't sure you'd actually show up. I thought one of my friends put you up to it.
Dude, you don't just admit that! Gee, maybe Tom had a point. I mean, I get saying dumb stuff when you're nervous, but man, the date didn't even start yet and you're already sabotaging it.
There isn't a Mrs. Chappie, is there, Chappie?
But hey, at least Seven's nervous too, so there are a couple of nervous people on a date.
You look beautiful.
You look beautiful as well.
You too.
Lobster? Chappie knows how to show a girl a good time.
Don't you just love lobster?
But maybe dancing can salvage the... And it's dead!
You've torn a ligament.
So... I take it no second date, right? Harry, you still available? No, really, I think the date might have gone better with Harry. At least they know each other longer than... one away mission. Plus, Harry's already aware of Seven's quirks. It could have worked out. Instead, poor Chappie might have to be called Lefty from now on.
Even Romeo and Juliet hit a few snags at first.
Okay, bad example.
Seven, understandably, wants to call the whole thing off since dating is extremely inefficient. It's much better to communicate the way she and the Doc do. Hey, wait a minute! But the Doc points out that they're colleagues and not pursuing romance. Although that could be the key. Maybe trying to actively pursue a romantic relationship isn't the way to go for Seven. Maybe it just needs to happen with someone she's known for a long time and spent time with. You know, like the Doc? Or poor Harry? The Doc decides to teach Seven how to dance to avoid any further mishaps, choosing the song Someone to Watch Over Me. Hey, wait a minute!
Don't worry, I don't have any ligaments to tear.
Well, let's check in on Neelix and Toman. Oh, Neelix broke into Janeway's coffee stash? You looking for another 2 Vixen? Well, instead of trying for a date with finalist number 1, the Doc asks Seven to Neelix's reception for Toman, who's already drunk as a skunk. Even though Seven's on the Doc's arm this evening, Tom insists that this doesn't mean he won their bet. Which, to be fair, even if the Doc is a hologram, he did ask Seven out in the real world. Sounds like Tom should have put some stipulations on this bet. Well, Toman's continuing to be the life of the party.
Ensign Paris, tell us another one of those hologram jokes.
So Seven tries to break it up via a toast, one of her lessons from the Doc. Unfortunately, that earns the attention of Toman, and I hope the Doc taught Seven how to fight off drunk creeps at the bar.
Why don't we go back to my quarters?
Move your hand or I will remove your arm.
Tom finally admits defeat, but he admitted defeat right in front of Seven, who takes it personally that the Doc made a wager on her, and hey, wait a minute! Seven, what did you think Tom meant when he said this?
If I were you, I'd start looking for somebody to fill in for me.
You didn't ask about that? Did the Doc just brush it off like it was nothing? I have so many questions.
I want another drink!
For once, maybe someone will call me sir without adding, "You're making a scene."
Hold up! He was just drinking synthahol? I I thought the whole idea was that it wasn't supposed to get you drunk. Yeah, I know the episode claims it's because Toman doesn't have the enzymes to break down synthahol, but I'm still calling bullshit. Seven offers to give Toman some of her nanoprobes to metabolize the synthahol, because that's the doc's go-to cure during the later seasons. And even though Toman's colony has rules against these kinds of procedures, he's broken enough rules at this point, and they need to sober him up fast. The doc apologizes to Seven about the wager, but he adds that he asked her out because he actually enjoys spending time with her, and they've grown closer over the past couple of days, even becoming friends.
Friends, agreed.
Doc, welcome to the friend zone. Just stand there right next to Harry. The doc goes to Tom for advice on how to give Seven a lesson in telling someone how you feel, and Tom basically tells him to go for it. It's obvious he's crazy about her.
Stranger things have happened. Just look at me and B'Elanna.
We know, Tom. Everyone on Deck 9, Section 12 knows. Toman goes back home without a hitch, though hungover and full of nanoprobes, and the doc confesses his feelings to Seven.
But I wanted you to know how I feel. Computer end program.
Holo-7, that is. The real Seven walks into the holodeck, with the doc narrowly avoiding a Leia Brahms level incident. She's there to give him a gift. Thanks for the help, but she no longer needs it. There aren't any potential mates for her on board. Wait, you didn't even give Branowski a chance? He could have been the one! Or Harry! Poor Harry!
The past few days have been unforgettable.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half.
I make jokes here, but I do feel bad for the doc. Seven is giving up at the worst time. First of all, she's giving up way too easily after a couple of setbacks when there is legitimate interest in her on board. Heck, poor Harry was completely ruled out. I can understand if she needs a break to think things through, but I feel like she's throwing in the towel too quickly. But then, she announces it to the doc when he was about to take the plunge.
Why was I programmed to feel pain?
Well, instead of making his way to Hollow Casablanca,
of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
The doc pulls up to the piano at Sandrine's to sing us a song. He's now the piano man.
Someone to watch over me.
And that was Someone to Watch Over Me. A fun episode with a sad, poignant ending. Robert Picardo and Jerry Ryan have pretty good chemistry with each other, which is needed to make this episode work. While the sad ending does work for the story, and maintains the status quo for better or worse, Seven gives up way too easily at the end, especially with at least two men who have interest in her. And she didn't even try with Branowski.
You didn't even try.
The only way I could see her giving up this easily is if she went on a date with a guy she really liked and it ended badly. Hey, wait a minute! Maybe she did like the doc and his little bet was enough to put her off dating altogether. Tom, it's all your fault! If anything, I think the ending would have been better if Seven said she was going to take a break from dating rather than straight up giving up. It would allow the episode to return to the status quo without making it seem like Seven gave up after a couple of setbacks. I mean, some people spend years finding the right mate, and Seven gave up after a few days. Nevertheless, this is a pretty good episode, and in the meantime, maybe Chappie, the doc, and Harry can get together for drinks at Sandrine's as part of Seven Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. Or even Broken Arm Club.
Move your hand or I will remove your arm.
So what did you think of Someone to Watch Over Me? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did Seven throw in the towel too soon? Do you think the doc could have been a good match for her? Could Harry have made a good match with her? Could anyone on Voyager made a good match with her? And what are some of your favorite episodes of Trek with a bittersweet ending? Please, leave comments below and discuss. As always, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Treknalysis. If you like what you see, why not give my video a like and subscribe to my channel? Tell your friends! Until next time...
When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken.